So thank you very much.
Thanks for mentioning that.
So while we're doing setup here, we're going to get ready to run a commercial for you guys, and we will see you on the flip side. Just let me know when we're back.
Isn't that in total, not in one donation?
What do you mean?
The grand prizes.
No. If you enter 50, up to 50, you can win one of the three. If you enter 100, you can win two of the three. Does that make more sense?
But that's still in total, right?
Oh yeah, everything is total. Everything's total.
That should probably be specified.
Yeah, I will. And welcome back. Going to power through a few more donations here. Got a $20 donation from Ryan, who said, "My father died 5 years ago from pancreatic cancer. Watching him go through that made me feel terrible, as I watched him go from a strong, healthy man to a bandit who could barely lift a finger without pain. I hope that my small amount can someday help someone not got through the suffering my father went through. May his soul be at peace." And that is true. We do hope that you will donate anything, no matter how small, to try and make a difference to this cause. Thank you so much. I have a $250 donation from Luke T. "Thanks for playing the greatest games of all time for the worthiest of causes. If the medical researchers are as meticulous as these players, cancer doesn't stand a chance." Thank you, Luke.
No, but he did it towards Turnpike.
Ah.
No comment, but he put it.
When did it go in? It's too late now. He's unset up.
We didn't.
Which was after we closed it. Find Cura. Find Cura. Find me a staff member. Am I live? $50 donation from Anonymous. "How is Chrono 100% not full yet? Suggesting that all RPG names which lose be lumped into that. It would be a travesty as to miss it." A serious comment. You should put. I've got a $200 donation from Andrew Schaefer. Here's a good luck to all my F-Zero Central boys with their runs, and get well soon to WMJ.
I'm good to go. Can I start? Oh, sorry. I was just. Yeah, sure thing. All right. So yeah, I'll go 3, 2, 1, go, and on go you can start the timer. All right. Before I start, real quick, I'll do a roll call. I'm Edward. This is CGN, Index Stick, and Zooing. Yeah. All right. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so yeah, doing a single segment run today of F-Zero for the Super Nintendo. I'll be playing all 3 leagues, Knight, Queen, King, in that order, on Masterclass difficulty. So there's 15 tracks total that I'll be racing. So at the beginning of each race, what I do is I overheat the Fire Stingray, the machine I'm racing, and essentially I do that so I can get 2 bumps from the CPUs that are racing with me. This helps me get up to my top speed much, much quicker, as the Fire Stingray has the worst acceleration of any machine in this game. Even though it has really bad acceleration though, it makes up for that with its excellent top speed of 478 kilometers per hour, as well as its superior handling. This makes it the #1 machine to use for essentially every track in the game. Each lap, I'm also getting what's called a super jet, which is basically a boost or a turbo, if you want to call it that. And these boosts that I use, they allow me to shortcut certain parts of the track. Essentially, there's basically an optimized position on each track to use these super jets. The super jet cycles my speed from 562 to 478 kilometers per hour. And while I'm using it, I can also go through the guardrails on the side of the track without losing any speed. What else?
I do have a little bit of a special announcement here. It's to do with the Mario Kart donation incentive. We had an extremely last minute bid, as it was processing as we closed the bid, for $10,000.
Whoa! Nice. Wow.
So, with respect to Dooley, who donated the $10,000, I think we're going to ask our Mario Kart runner to come back after F-Zero and run Toad's Turnpike for us. Are you up for that? Yeah?
All right.
So there you go. We're going to get Toad's Turnpike, everybody.
Good stuff. Yeah, so for the next track, I'm just going to cease commentary for a bit. This is the track. This track has a soundtrack that the series is pretty much most well known for, so I figured it'd be nice for people to be able to enjoy it in its original form. Okay, so continuing on with the commentary. One of the things I was doing previously in Mute City it was a advanced technique I was using while using my S-Jets called brake tapping. That's when I hit the speed at, 520 kilometers per hour, increasing the rate of deceleration to 478. This essentially allows me to spend more time going 562 to 520, giving me a higher average speed overall, and essentially translates into saving about 1 frame per brake tap. The next thing, as far as basic techniques goes in this game, is blast tapping. This is different from brake tapping in that I'm using the accelerator, and I'm essentially just tapping as much as I can when I go through these corners. That does, I think, like three things. One is it helps maintain my grip. The other is it helps to keep my speed up. And I think what the third one is. Oh yeah, it helps brake, when I'm going 478 kilometers per hour, my ability to turn is really limited, and that I can barely turn. So you're trying to get your speed to 477 and below, where your ability to turn is just much, much quicker. All right. Overall, not too bad.
I've got a $20 donation from Cream with a K. Last donation of the night for me. Good job to AGDQ and the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Let's Falcon kick the crap out of cancer. Thanks, Cream.
All right, so one of the next things I'm going to talk about in this game is the randomly generated CPUs that you see. They show up on laps 2, 3, 4, and 5 of every single track. Now, they're randomly generated in the sense of when they're generated. Where they race on the track, though, is for the most part predictable. Now, what this does, though, is this creates a problem where my race line or my race path might coincide with their race path. So usually what I'll have to do is just go out of the way or slow down or do something that will essentially cause me to lose time. But at some point in this entire run, there will definitely be an encounter with CPUs of some kind that might be really nasty. But we're going to try and avoid that.
A $20 donation from Yazzo. Yazzo here from F-Zero Central. Best of luck on your runs. You're the best. Cancer sucks. Long live F-Zero. Got a $50 donation from Andrew, who says, thanks for playing these great games for such a great cause too. I've been waiting for these F-Zero runs since I saw them announced, and they're finally here. Hopefully we'll see a real sequel on the Wii U soon. Can I get everybody to yell Falcon Punch for me?
Falcon Punch! So yeah, one of the other things you might be noticing too in this game is the severe amount of rubber banding that goes on with the CPUs. Gold Fox and all those other CPUs that are behind me, always right there to let me know that they're still in the race. And that's basically just, I guess, to save processing power. Instead of constantly calculating where they always are, just be easier to always have them behind me, as well as the fact that it provides a much, much greater challenge for the racer.
Got $30 from someone called Valkyr. Been looking forward to this blog since I heard it was going to happen. Shout outs to my friend Indexictic on the couch, and good luck to Edward and CGN on their runs. I hope WNJ gets better soon. Regards to Niglaria from Stark Nebula, who was sadly not able to watch live due to schedule changes. And I've got $50 from the Eyeball Kid. Hey all, pitching in some for F-Zero hype. Captain Falcon will always prevail.
Alright, so yeah, on this track there's a bit of a crosswind, I'm sure, as you've noticed. It only works, the crosswind only takes effect on the straightaways, not on the shorter parts or the curved parts. And when I use these arrows here, it also cancels out the wind effect. Also, another thing I should point out about this game too, in case you've been noticing, is so the way the game works, it operates at 60 frames per second. And what happens is, so for the first frame, the timer in the game advances 100th of a second. Then the following frame, it advances 200ths of a second. So every 2 frames, the game timer is only advancing 300ths of a second. So multiplied by 30, you get only, 9/10 of a second for every real-time second in this game. So if you're wondering why the timer seems to be moving a little slow, that's because it is. And what else? I guess in the PAL version of this game, PAL runs at 50 hertz. They just do it 200ths of a second each frame, so it actually turns out in PAL that 1 real-time second is also 1 game time second.
Got a $10 donation here from the Daniel Bartlett, who says, "Hi guys, this is the first time I've donated to anything like this before. I stumbled across the SGDQ crew early last year on the YouTubes. I've been addicted ever since, rewatching your footage. The reason I'm donating, even though it's such a tiny amount, is that on June 25th, 2013, my mother was diagnosed with an advanced malignant melanoma, which is skin cancer. It is the most gut-wrenching and heartbreaking news anyone should ever have to hear. And just before Christmas, she was given the all clear. I hope no one, not even my worst enemies, should ever have to go through the same physical, mental, and emotional torture that cancer causes. One day, I hope the word cancer is no more feared than the common cold. And I wish you all the very best, and I hope you kick cancer where it hurts." Thank you so much, Daniel, and we're glad for your good news.
Alright, so on this track, there's a nasty little S-turn in the middle of the circuit. This is probably one of the hardest maneuvers to pull off in the game, which is trying to get through that S-turn without touching the walls in any way possible to maintain all the speed that you can. So, see how this goes. Okay. So then for, laps 2, 3, 4, and 5 of this run, what you want to do is you actually want to hit the first corner of the first hairpin in that S-turn, and then the second corner of the second hairpin. You can do that in those laps because immediately afterwards you trigger the S-jet to save extra time. And then also that wall hit too at the end of the lap, that's intentional. What happens when you go around that final hairpin, the Fire Stingray is unable to make that turn quickly enough, so what you do is essentially just crash into that wall and have it bounce you back out into the center of the track to get a better race line through that chicane. And this isn't the first time you're going to see me crashing into walls. There's going to be much more of that throughout this race. It seems to be a main staple of the F-Zero series. It's actually grinding into walls is present in F-Zero6 as well as GX as well.
Okay, I've got a $50 donation from Prix, who says, "Over the last year, 2 of our very close family friends have passed away due to cancer. This means AGDQ means more to me than before. This money goes out to anyone who has lost a friend or loved a loved one to cancer. AGDQ 2014 hype." And I've got a $50 donation from Darcy, who says, "I donated yesterday, but I can't believe you guys are still going. We are actually going all the way through to the 11th, so keep on watching." She says it's... She says it's so awesome, so here's another 50 for this great cause. How much is the total now? Well, Darcy, since you asked, our total at the moment is $343,801. And every single penny of that goes to the Prevent Cancer Foundation, who are going to do excellent work with it. So thank you to all our donators. And I just kind of want to groove out to the music. Is that bad?
No,
The funny thing about this song is there's two composers for this game apparently. The composer who wrote this song also wrote Big Blue. And those were the only two songs he wrote.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the two iconic kind of...
Yeah, which is funny.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's...
The other guy must be annoyed though.
I was exactly.
That other guy gets all the attention.
All right, so going on to the Queen League here. This is, as overall as far as the league goes, this one's probably my favorite. It's the shortest league in the game, and it also has a shortcut involving a jump plate on every single track. Now on this track, the jump plate shortcut's not like that crazy, but it's on the following 4 tracks where they get a lot more technical and they involve death each time, which is basically an instant run killer if I explode. Overall, if I am to execute all the shortcuts as perfectly as I can on the following 4 tracks, it only ends up saving about 10 seconds total. But yeah, we're gonna go all out, so. So this one here is just, as I said, just going over this little dirt patch here, not like a huge shortcut type of thing.
$150 donation from Ryan Myers. Last donation before bed until tomorrow. Great runs today and keep up the fantastic work, guys. Thank you, Ryan. $100 from Jody, who says, in support of Duke Bilgewater, who's on After My Bedtime in California. Let's best cancer. Thanks, Jody. Got another $100 here from an anonymous donor who says, I've never had a chance to watch AGDQ before live, and it's a great watch. You're all doing an amazing thing, and I wish you the best of luck. Let's kick cancer's ass. Thank you, Anonymous.
So for the first lap of this track, I'm not going to do the shortcut just because it's actually impossible to do. You need a lot of speed. Trying to pass the Golden Fox on this. Normally you play this track on beginner difficulty because it's just a lot easier to pass the Golden Fox. And Master Class and Expert Class, he really hogs up the track and just makes for a narrow window trying to get by him there. But worked out well, so no worries. So yes, the shortcut for this one is essentially just taking this jump plate here and crossing that gap. Yeah, simple as that. Saves about a second and a half to do it, or a second and a half doing it. Exactly.
Got a $25 donation for Kyle here, who says, is that a Heisenberg shirt I see on the couch? My donation can't go towards what he would like.
It's actually an Octodad and Breaking Bad shirt. It says Breaking Bad and it's got Octodad in the Heisenberg outfit. And I would want that donation to go towards the F-Zero exercise. I use links on the Octodad Twitter. That's where I found it.
To follow up on the t-shirt motif, we've got a $20 donation from San Raku, who says, I've been waiting for the F-Zero block for a while, and I can't wait to say
That
CGN
RNG in effect there.
beats GX very hard. In Deck Stick, your shirt is awesome. Good job, everyone, on this amazing event.
All right.
I've got a $20 donation from Jacob Rayner. Hey guys, I've been a long-time fan of speedrunning and an even bigger fan of what you guys do. I lost my Master Sergeant to brain cancer last year and it hit my command pretty hard. He was an inspiration to all you worked over, and it makes me happy to know that I can help contribute to something that changes lives. Put this towards a Super Noah's Ark 3D, I mean, I'm just messing around. Put it towards the Metroid Zero mission 100%.
So, I'd probably rank this shortcut as probably the second most high-risk shortcut in the game. So the way it works is the developers design the game so that you're not supposed to be able to do that. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get that one. And so essentially they made it just long enough that if you go off the front of the second or the front of the jump plate, you won't make it. So what you do is you defeat their thinking by using the second jump plate and landing on the back half of that third jump plate to be able to cross that gap. So going off this one, timing just how much air I get, and then crossing the gap. That saves about 0.3 seconds, so 1.5. Yeah.
Got a $20 donation from Ulf, who says, shout outs to my boy Eddie in the chair. Norway is watching. Hashtag explosions.
Oh boy.
Hashtag Deathwind 2.
Thanks, Ulf.
And here's a rather topical one. We have a donation from Seth for $10 that says, F-Zero games are amazing to watch because of the high amount of execution. Looking forward to the rest of this block. I'll donate another $10 if Indexstick wears Joff's hat for the remainder of the run. Joff's hat, Jeff.
Alright, so for Whiteland 1, I do a modified version of the shortcut. I don't do the full version just because in GP mode, the golden fox there gets in my way for the jump plate that I want to use, so I just let him have his way, as CPUs are very unforgiving in this. So just a slight shortcut there, and then on laps 2, 3, 4, and 5, I'll do the full version.
$10 donation from the Laser Frog, who says $10 for everyone to yell, you have boost power.
You have boost power! Excellent. So that was a good execution there. So the trick with this shortcut is you can only go so far into the track. There's an invisible checkpoint there, and if you go over this checkpoint, you would get reset to that checkpoint, kind of like in Port Town 1 where the machine picks you up. That's bad because you lose about 3 seconds just getting reset, and then your speed also starts at 0 kilometers per hour with no S-Jet to help you pick you back up to top speed. That shortcut as well also only saves about 0.3 seconds. Ooh.
Got a $40 donation from Joe Shabadoo, who says, this modest sum of dollars is donated in honor of Eric, the father of one of my best friends who was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer a year ago. He spent his life as an educator, and I want to do what I can to ease his suffering, the suffering of others, and all of the runners and others donating their time and effort are amazing. Also, Contra Lopez, gotta have it.
Okay, so here comes the big daddy of them all, the one I should not be doing. But I'm gonna do it anyways, obviously. So, shortcut I'm talking about is this is the Whiteland 2 double jump. This is where I use both jump plates to cut off a small portion of the track. On the first lap, it's more handy than it is on the second, third, fourth, and fifth lap because each time you hit a jump plate in this game, you do gain 40 kilometers per hour in speed. So doing so helps me get an extra 80 kilometers per hour towards my top speed. In fact, I won't need it now because Golden Fox is giving me a little bit of a boost there. But yes, so this shortcut, when done properly, will only save 0.2 seconds. Per lap, that is. This is the hardest shortcut in the game. Only I and one other person have done it, and that's on ILs, where you can try it over and over again. Exactly. Ooh. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it this lap, probably for my own good. It helps to be going top speed, because I only know how to do it at 2 different speeds, the opening speed and then full speed. Otherwise I have to learn different timings. There it is. All right. I'll try it one more time just so.
Wife setting off that, I've got a quick $50 donation from Josh, who says, I'm enjoying watching F-Zero. I never played it as a kid, but did play F-Zero GX, and it kicked my butt. I'm looking forward to seeing it get its butt kicked instead. Thank you, Josh.
More to go.
Got a $50 donation from C-Naught. I'm happy to be throwing some more money into the pile. Cancer's affected all of us at one point or another, and I am no exception. Lung cancer to my own.
All right. So for the sake of time, I'll just do the normal way. I'd love to keep doing it, but
At least you got to show it off.
yeah, got one. Woo.
Lung cancer took my uncle from me, and it's due to smoking. So please consider quitting, or at least make sure you get regular checkups on your lungs. Throw this to Chrono Trigger 100% because the runner is a nutcase for offering. And I have endless respect for anyone with that kind of dedication to a run. Good luck to all the runners, and the F-Zero block is crazy awesome to watch. Thank you, Cino. And I have a donation from Nilbog, whose comment merely says, Nilbog, it's goblin backwards.
Yeah.
I've got a $50 donation from Biddy Plays. Hello, I'm loving the stream so far and hope everyone's having a time for this great cause. Also tell the Pharaoh of Time to shout, I am a banana, and have the money go towards what he wants.
I'm a banana.
It says the Pharaoh of Time here. Well, what would you like the money to go towards? We have the F-Zero GX Head Start. That has... that's... Say that again? Yeah, what was it? Okay, cool. To answer your question, Iglaria, the Deathborn 25-second head start is at $2,164.28 out of $2,500. So we are almost there on that one. We did meet very hard mode.
There is no reason you should have done that.
Imagine you messed it up again.
Yeah, me too. Ooh.
So while we've got a little bit of downtime, I am going to once again remind everyone we are Awesome Games Done Quick 2014. Please, if you are sharing us on your social media, go ahead and use the hashtag AGDQ2014, because the more eyes we can get on the marathon and amazing tricks like we just saw for no apparent reason.
Seconds.
Think of the frames.
Whoops.
We will, the more eyes we get on the stream, the more likely we are to get more donations. And the more donations means more money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. So, if there's a better cause out there, good luck to them.
All right, so moving on to the King League here, longest league in the game, considered by many players also to be one of the hardest. So yeah, this league starts off with a reincarnation of Mute City 1, really, just a few physical differences. These triangle things here, the minefield, as well as the third one. What is it? Oh yeah, there's the no jump plate in the big straightaway there. But yeah, other than that, it's the same exact racing strategy as Mute City 1. In fact, I'll probably be getting many similar lap times. This would probably be a good example, I guess, of how games back in the retro days with game developers were trying to save memory. But I think they kind of took this one a bit far. The same track, but hey.
And a $50 donation from Chupacabra, who just says, enjoying the F-Zero music. As are we all with it. Let me take a chance to shout out to our French and German restreams over at twitch.tv/MrMD and twitch.tv/EXE_DE. The Germensch community, as they've been calling themselves recently, been absolutely fantastic to our cause, and our thanks go out to them for all of their donations. Just to go over some of the donation incentives we've got coming down the line. As we said, we are very close to meeting the Deathborn 25-second head start. We also have a hand cam possible for Glover, which the quote here is, to prove that contrary to popular belief, this game is actually playable. We also have the bonus animation frames for Pac-Man 2, The No Adventures. And the comment is merely waka 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 waka. Not sure if that's Fozzie Bear or Pac-Man. And we have the super secret level of Attack the Killer Tomatoes. And then we get into the Contra stuff with low percent, shirtless percent, fire percent.
So this track is probably considered by a lot of people to be one of the hardest tracks in the game, for probably somewhat obvious reasons. You have to crash into walls. It's to navigate the track as quickly as possible. It also requires an entirely different play style, just as far as feel goes, and just very precise timing, trying to cut in between those chicanes and whatnot. The two hardest factors, I think, in this game are the CPUs, as there's going to be a few instances where I might crash into them just because of RNG, as well as this first wall hit here, which requires you come at a particular location as well as angle. Yeah, that one boned me pretty hard. Yeah, that's about it. Don't worry, I'll catch up. This is typical death wind traffic here. All right. All right, so this is Port Town 2, just basically Port Town 1 with an extension on it. Not one to be taken lightly, though. It's a very snaky course, a lot of back and forth. This course really takes the Fire Stingray to its limits, I think, and for that, it really just makes it a fun course to race. Yeah, so Port Town 2.
Just going to go over this again since we've had a few more people doing it. You do not have to specify that your donation is to win a prize. Any donation you make which is of a value to qualify for the prize will enter you for the prize. Please, near to my seat just watching the skit, please donate to donation incentives. You do not need to worry about specifying you want to be entered for a prize. And on that note, I have a $100 donation from God Knight, who merely says, "Thanks guys, PCF is a great cause, and Germensch Rummel." Again, shout outs to the German and French streams. I have a $50 donation from Steven, who says, "I donated just because of that last lap jump." Oh, and because cancer is bad.
So he actually stopped me a bit there, but normally they'll just completely stop you. Like it's just like a weird little glitch it did. But I got the good one, not the bad one.
I have a $10 donation from a state trooper, who says, "You may be wondering why I pulled you over. Do you have any idea how fast you were going? I'm letting you off with a warning, but next time don't let me catch you going slow. In fact, don't let me catch you at all." Thank you to the state trooper. Never said that before. Okay, just a quick update. The Deathborn incentive has been met. have a $20 donation from DMG, who says, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. This F-Zero block is insane. Much love from Germany. Thank you, DMG.
It's a long straightaway.
Yes, just to give you the final count on the Deathborn incentive. It was broken by well over $100. So thank you very much to those of you who have donated towards that. We do have some donated bonus games coming up. We have Minecraft, which is sitting on $17,915 out of 20,000. I'm fairly sure we're all fairly interested in how you can speedrun Minecraft. So if you want to see, go ahead and donate for that. And there is a special incentive here for the Smash Brothers Melee tournament that we've been holding here on site off screen. We will be having the top 3 finals to be played on the bonus stream, which has a goal of $15,000 and is currently sitting at 1,438.
Oh, yeah.
We also have Tony Hawk 3, which is to be played right after the Tony Hawk American Wasteland run, which is sitting on 1,000 out of 5,000.
Alright, so this is Firefield, longest and probably most hated track in this game by many people. So for the, well, aside from Death One too, but so for the opening bump there, I have to do a bit of blast tapping in order to get the Blue Falcon to catch up to me for the second bump, since I'm unable to swerve back and forth to get him to catch up. That's yeah, why I do the blast tapping. Now on this track, there's also 2 necessary wall bumps, just because it turns out to be quicker to crash into the wall than it is to slow down and try and avoid hitting it. Ooh. And there's also a 3rd wall bump I'll be doing on laps 2, 3, 4, and 5 when I use the Super Jet.
Get lost in the music. So can we get a roll call from the guys down the front there, please? The couch and the runner.
Oh yeah, I'm Edward, sorry.
Now we are having 2 prizes for this F-Zero block. We have the all F-Zero games and Game Boy player incentive, which is a $20 donation. Anything $20 and above, we'll enter you in for that one. And we have an F-Zero X cast poster, which is a $10 donation or above, which will enter you for that. The Game Boy Player's bulk was donated by Gizadek, and the cast poster was donated by 2D Forever. So our thanks go out to them. And if you want either of those, or if you want the, there is a prize which is specifically F-Zero6, which will wait till F-Zero6 is announced. If you want either of the prizes that I just spoke about, go ahead and get your donations in for the F-Zero GX block. So, get into those. Do have 2 or 3 grand prizes as well, which are our limited edition Majora's Mask bundle, which is a $50 buy-in that was donated by Esther Smith 75, and thanks to them. We have a NES PC, which is a PC built into a NES frame, which is absolutely amazing.
Time, yeah. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had fun playing it. I think CGN's up next. His game's a hell of a lot faster and a lot more technical, and you guys are in for a real treat. So
we're gonna bring the Mario Kart
check that.
back.
I'm an idiot. There's Mario Kart next,
our last second
and then
donation there.
Then F-Zero. Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
To Edward.
Yeah, I cannot.
And while we're transitioning out of things, we're gonna do a quick commercial break.
Oh my.
And
It was around that ice patch where I was like still debating it, and I was just like, I'm gonna do it.
Oh my. Dude,
It was a lot.
I see that. Like, no way, no way. But you know what? That was.
Okay, yeah, it worked.
You
Got
pulled
lucky.
it off, so I'm not gonna hold it. You pulled it off.
Thanks, man.
And we're back.